And the Menzingers released a new one this month too? God damn. Baby Metal is supposed to also be out by this Friday, and lumping those in with all the other big acts that have released albums this year, what the hell even is 2019? I know the last 2 years were a little rough, but at this point it almost feels like this year is overcompensating. I'm half expecting Rush to reunite for a surprise one-off, and for Gord Downie to rise from the grave and give us an Altered Beast-style Tragically Hip album. Like, man, you people are gonna eat me alive for all the good stuff I'll have to leave off my end of the year list. Anyway, the Menzingers. Yeah, another band I'd stan big time. Immediately after Tegan and Sarah, no less. Even though summer is over, I think it's officially safe to call this the summer of Senpai. The Menzingers' last album was an absolute triumph. A career-defining record that banged so fucking hard. I'm still tortured as hell as to whether or not I should have given that album of the year over Enter Shikari. Good God, no offense to The Spark, but the race that year was so crazy close. Gah. But I feel like the Menzingers absolutely perfected their formula on that last record. If anything, I was kind of afraid of whatever album they would release next because, well, it's the old, how do you beat perfection question? I certainly didn't want them to break up or anything, but I just kinda knew that whatever came up next was probably not gonna beat After the Party. Not many things could, and now that I have Hello Exile in my hands here, I can, well, kinda confirm that assumption. Yeah, people, this album is no After the Party. Whoa, hey, chill. I didn't say it was bad. It's still really damn good. It's just not After the Party good, okay? The title track is a jangly little strummy bit of melancholia. Anna is a lovely little lament, not unlike Casey from On the Impossible Past. And America, You're Freaking Me Out is a kinetic and topical song that I think all of us can relate to here in the States. And hell, it closes on a very wonderful note with Farewell Youth, a song about exiting your 20s and getting ready for what your 30s and beyond might have to offer for you, in the hopes that you'll make all the right choices along the way. Again, a very pertinent topic for my goofy ass. This record is as solid, heartfelt, and well-written and performed as I'd expect a Menzingers record to be. There's a lot of catchy numbers here, and I'd say it's well worth your time and money. But, at the same time, I just kind of have to spin you all back around here to my original point. While this album is very good, it's not nearly as good as After the Party. Look, I know that's not fair, but it isn't. For one thing, there isn't a song like that album's title track that just completely Ken Griffey Jr.'s this album out of the park. Stuff like Anna and Farewell Youth do come close, but man, they just don't compare, you know? And again, I realize that's like comparing apples to Ken Griffey Jr., but it doesn't make it any less true. There are a lot of good songs on this record, but nothing that's full-blown great. I mean, nothing you'd consider getting tattooed on yourself, most likely. Really, the album's biggest asset is also kind of, in a weird way, its biggest flaw. This is a good Menzingers album. But that's kind of all it is. It's another Menzingers album. It's got those jangly guitars, those strained and aching lyrics and vocal performances, and that wonderful mishmash of Americana, pop punk, and classic rock that we've all grown to love so much. But at the same time, there's nothing really new or exciting going on here either. That puts me in kind of a quandary. The Menzingers are so good at what they do, I'm not sure I necessarily want them to edge too far out of their comfort zones. At the same time, though, if this is a band you just haven't quite been able to get into yet for whatever reason, then I can definitely confirm this album isn't gonna be the one to change your mind on them. I mean, people, I do like this record, I genuinely do, but even I have to admit, at this point, it's a bit on the formulaic side, and while it's a formula that I absolutely love to pieces, in a year as good as 2019, a formulaic album just, even if it's a good formula, it doesn't stand out nearly as much as it might have in other years. Hello Exile gets 4 aging mid-30s hipsters out of 5.
Super special thanks to Kyle Aram, Brandon Downfield, and Murder